Yeah, we are on the second day. So that's a testimony to the fact that Rajiv Sangal had different dimensions of contributions. Yesterday, his primary professional research contributions in NLP, and based on that, we had the workshop. As our original design, there are there's a three dimension that we had selected. One was institutional models. I mean, the way CS education in general and institutional models. That was one, and third was the value education. But it become too dense if you have 3 days of programs. So we kind of combined the institution stuff came everywhere, and the value education is this first half today. So as Pradeep said, in IIIT started in 1998, and as with every other institution, the early batches have a lot of enthusiasm, lot of excitement, and especially in IIIT. I mean, we still wonder, because we had no name, we had no university status. It's just some belief that there was Chandrababu Naidu probably backing it. So maybe a few such factors brought 50 students, including in that 50, there were one or two who would have got some seats in some IIT, who came and joined here. And that admission happened, I think, August or something after the IIT admissions or the most institution admissions had taken place. They came here. And those students, we are very well connected with them naturally, because they build the institute as much as, their contribution to building the institute is almost as much as that of the early faculty members. So they came, and similarly, second, third, fourth batches were, they were very good people. They were very well connected. They were thinking that they were building the institution along with us. But slowly, maybe the institute did reasonably well in the early years itself. And then, the attitudes change. People start thinking this is an institution, well-established enough institution. They come here and they are looking for external gratifications or things that they would get out of it. And there was some, that happens in any institution. And that's when in 2002-3 time frame was when, we were noticing that maybe these students are not tuned to what we want the philosophy of the institute to be, the ethos of the institute to be. And that's when Rajiv obviously started this ideas of how do we connect with them. And like I said yesterday also, he used to, his lament, at least as I remember, his primary lament was that higher education institution don't even consider this to be a duty, that the students coming out of them be wholesome citizens and people who contribute to society. Not that they are not doing it, they don't even think that it's their duty. Nobody knows how to do it in some sense. Yeah, everybody can experiment, but I think you should keep trying. And that was the primary message with which this whole experiment started in 2005 at the first year of compulsory part of the joining batch of 2005. And it continued in the last, just 3 weeks ago, I was in California. We had a quickly arranged alumni meet, and good thing is about 50 or 60 alumni could come on a Saturday. And they were students from the very first batch who joined in 1998 to someone who's just graduated in 2021, who's doing some internship somewhere, And so they were all there, and some of them came out and said, they were all very appreciative of IIIT. The IIIT is an institution which has some models. Some of the models we set is, we give freedom for the students in almost everything. In fact, there was a incident 5 or 6 years ago of indiscipline. And in that indiscipline, it was fairly serious and widespread. So we asked the students to do the investigation and tell what punishment should be given. Student. And their recommendations were mostly accepted. And this kind of experiments you have done, and even before that, we have tried this student deciding what the price it should be rather than some high-handed punishment. So at least involving the students in decision making, and the idea that none of our hostels have any curfew time. whether it's a girls' hostel, boys' hostel, first-year students, they are all free to leave the hostel or the campus any time of the day and come back any time of the day or night. These kind of small things, the alumni remembered, and some of the alumni also came back and said, we remember the human value sessions. The idea is, many of the students somehow resist in some way these human value sessions, or they think it's not suitable for them or whatever. But I think there are good number who come back 5 years, 8 years later and say, I think those were good things. We now realize when they are more responsible, they realize what the value of it. So that's a model, that so these things, again, I said yesterday that Rajiv Sangal has, in my conversation, it has come up. He said, society got to be where it is probably in 100, 200, 300 years. If we set the right direction and it gets better in 50 years, that's okay. Why are we in a hurry? We have time. I think that's a very remarkable attitude, because all of us are in a hurry. When we say we want solutions tomorrow, and some of these things cannot be solved in 1 day or 1 year. So, but as long as you are doing the right thing, and as long as you think you will reach the right goal, we should be happy. So that's that other point. And in IIIT itself, very early we the students and parents come, and our society at large has become such that one of the first day, the parents, sometimes the students ask, what is the package of the IIIT graduates? I remember this question was asked openly in one of the early welcome, first session of the UG1 student when Rajiv was the director. As you said, what package? We talk about life package. I'll tell you what life package we want to give them. Not about, what lakhs or rupees and all that. That's not what we are here for. And subsequently, or along the same time, we also tell our students that our goal is to make, we say, C-cube student, CCC, competent, caring, competent, creative, and caring. This is a slogan all IIIT students know, because they hear it repeatedly. They should be competent in their subject area, skills, the theory, whatever required. They should be creative in applying it, so that where research comes in and alternate ideas of whatever they have, skill they have, where do you apply it? And last part, caring. Should be caring towards the society, caring towards their family, caring towards their profession, caring towards the whole society, the nation, the world, the universe. So this goal we keep in our mind, and we repeatedly tell the students, and we also use it. We also look at the CCC. Are we being caring enough? The first two are easy. Everybody will agree. The first two are, should be the goal. The third one sometimes is a little harder to understand or apply. But we frequently ask, when we form policies, especially in the last 2 years when the pandemic took over, everything was disrupted. You have online education, online evaluation, and so we said, as a caring institute, we should be doing things. Whenever we do things, we should see, are we as an institute being caring enough? We can be competent, we can be creative, but are we caring also? So hopefully this CCC is not only a prescription for the students, but it's also a formula that we internalize in every one of our actions, every decision we take. We should ponder, sit back and think, are we being, all three? And so this is the institution model that we have imbibed, and Rajiv has played a large role in setting it, the ethos of the institution. And of course, it is equally challenging as the institution grows to maintain that. We try to have, we just concluded a reasonably elaborate orientation session for the young faculty members who joined. We had about 30 new faculty members joined in the last 3 years, 3-year period. That is almost 30% more than what, or 40% more than what we had at that point. So it is, and this is, most of them joined in the pandemic period. So it's even more challenging. So I think this message that institution need to be institution is not about creating these students, giving them a degree or giving them a job. That also we tell our students that giving you a job in, say, Microsoft or the best of companies is an easy task. We are not satisfied with that challenge. It's not so difficult. We want you to, build the next Microsoft or build the next big thing. It need not be a tech company. It can be a movement. It can be something else. Okay. And we also say our endeavor is to equip you for the last job that you may take up at age 60. Giving you the skills or the immediate things to take up your first job when you are 22. That's too easy. We are not challenged by it. So this spirit is what we have imbibed very strongly due to Rajiv, and we hope this continues, and the rest of the institute and the future leadership will keep this in mind and just ask these questions whenever we formulate a new program or have a new policy or on anything. Are we sticking to the original ethos? Are we being, competent, creative, and caring enough in doing these things? I'm hoping that we will be able to continue the journey. Today, we have many people who contributed to this journey of, especially introducing value education into not only IIIT, but also spreading it across the country. We will have Pawan Gupta coming next, and Professor Anil Sahasrabudhe, he was very eager to come here because he is in charge of. In the last 6 years, he's been IICT chair. He's been pushing this across the institution. He can come only online because his life things change very quickly with government action. So he'll come online little later when we'll have many more speakers who would talk about different aspects of this. I'm looking forward to the session. I welcome you all once again. Thank you.